Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to Nerd After Hours with Carissa and Bogart and Carolyn and her babies. So,
It's a big old pile today.
yeah.
I'm just gonna be focused on these guys, okay?
You're not here. You're not supposed to be here. You keep just showing up.
Well, today, guys, we're gonna talk about Toei animation. That's gonna be our big nerd topic. But today's gonna be a little bit more of a serious topic episode. We're gonna be talking about some scary stuff that's happening, and don't worry, we'll probably have a lighter episode coming down the pipeline. But I thought some of these topics were a little too important to ignore, and so I think that we're gonna start with the nerd one, and then if you guys feel like it's a little too stressful for the rest of the stuff, I'll understand if you got to hightail it out of here. So the first topic is we're gonna be talking about is Toei animation. So for those of you who don't know what's happening, is Toei Animation targeted a YouTuber who was
No. We're hanging out. We're hanging
oh
out.
goodness.
Let her do what she wants.
Keep taking the babies.
So, let her be a mom.
Toby Animation. They're being
buttheads.
butt faces.
Basically, and Toei Animation's the animation company that owns Dragon Ball Z and several other popular ones. I think they also have something to do with like I think One Piece too, and I think a few other animations. But Dragon Ball Z is kind of the big one that they're kind of known for. Anyway, they targeted a YouTuber and took down 150 of his videos.
Yeah, that is a crazy number.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a crazy number.
And they claimed copyright on all sorts of things, even though that this creator, because they're a monetized content creator, they obviously pay attention to fair use in their country. And some of the artwork that they had on there was made by his own employees, not by Toei Animation, to represent like the characters that they were talking about.
Sorry.
It's all good. I'm sure after today's episode, I think people are going to need the cuteness of Carolyn stealing her babies away.
Look at little Filbert. Don't give it kisses. He's so small.
They probably.
So small.
I was gonna say the audience probably needs the cuteness right now because these are gonna be some heavy topics. But yeah, so one of the things that's being talked about is the idea of doing a boycott because basically this company. Did she steal another one while I looked away?
Yeah, it's the way she does it. She just like grabs their whole neck and yanks it over.
She's like, "This is mine." Stop. Carolyn's just like, "This is my child. Stop taking my stuff."
It's like
Is
you
it a boy
can
or girl?
just share. Oh, they're too young to tell yet.
If it's a girl, domino.
Yeah, the calico. There's like a 90% chance it's a girl because calico males are very, 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 very rare. But
Yeah, if you get a
that's the only
calico,
reason why.
yeah, if you get a calico male, they can go for a lot of money.
Well, I don't like selling living creatures. It's something I'm anti.
Well, I'm just saying, like, there's people out there who would pay top dollar to own a male calico.
Oh yeah, because it'd be rare, but still wouldn't do it.
It's like finding a shiny Pokemon in the Pokemon world.
There you go.
She's like, I was braiding that hair, thank you, sir.
Okay, we can tip it up a little bit. Sorry, it's like being wonky. There you go, that way.
Sorry,
There
I
you
gotta
go.
do a minor adjustment here, folks.
There you
But
go.
so basically, they also were talking about like the process of appeals and how that could go. And this guy did the math, and it would take him like 40 years to counter all the
that's
individual
insane.
claims.
That's so insane.
So yeah, and then of course they can just not do any. There's no consequences because they're a company. Basically, is one of the issues. Carolyn, you got all the babies, you weirdo.
Get your butt down. Get your butt down. Stop it.
Yeah,
She loves me.
Stop being horny.
straight to horny jail. Bonk. Where's that dog when you need
Right
him?
to jail.
with the baseball bat. Just he's gonna bonk her.
Ow.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
That's true.
So I think that on the next Dragon Ball animated movie, I think I might skip that one if Toei doesn't do something that they to fix that particular creator's issues. I'm gonna tag the Philip DeFranco video, where a lot of this information comes from. It'll be in the description, so you guys can kind of get more information on it, like the name of the creator and that kind of thing. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about the idea of like, you know, I'm bringing it up because like it seems to me like this seems to be a very ongoing theme lately with companies. They seem to be doing like everything they can to, you know, make it harder for everyday people to talk about the stuff that talk about things. And it's kind of leading into that's going to lead into the next topic, which is like internet censorship, because it all seems to be connected and it's a little bit weird. Like why
so amazing, you're not allowed to talk about it.
Say what?
The shows are so amazing, you're not allowed to talk about them.
Right? It doesn't make any sense. Like this person's a reviewer for anime and manga, that kind of thing. That's what that content creator creates. So their whole job is that they talk about all these amazing stories and characters, and then they show pictures and some video, all within copyright. But Toei goes, and it seems also to be like manga and anime companies particularly seem to be doing this a lot, because there's another content creator that I follow who had a very similar experience with the manga / anime known as Berserk. I don't know if Toei owns that one or not, but there's another. Yeah, long story short, the anime is called Berserk, and the content creator is called Comic Storian. What he does is he like edits the panels, so you just get like some pictures, and then he basically like reads the story to you, but he does it like as the new stories are coming out for comic books. So like the idea of his channel is to catch readers up so they can just buy the new stuff in an ongoing story. So he's like always like a week to a month behind, and then he's like, okay, now that the new issue has come out, here's what happened in the last one, and that's just kind of how he does it. It's like a sum up, and then it's like a dramatic reading. So it's really fun. It's really cool. You get the gist of what's happening in the comic book worlds. You know, I use it to keep up with Marvel and DC, to be honest, because a lot happens in both those universes. It's hard.
I don't even try anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even try.
And there's always events happening. So Comic Storian does that. Well, he used to also do it with manga. He had a second channel called Manga Storian. And he basically, that channel's gone now. Because I think something similar happened with the company. I don't know if Toei owns Berserk or not, but I do know that the people who owned that particular anime basically had his videos taken down, and they were, you know, and Berserk stories were like my favorite ones that he was doing, because they were fascinating, like, because it's a very dark and gritty story with like demons and shit. So, and about a regular guy who just happened to be like really effing strong, you know, killing monsters, you know, almost like a Sam and Dean-esque like character, only like medieval times.
Mm-hmm.
Although, and of course, though it's manga for adults, so it's it touches on some pretty heavy subjects. So it's like, you know, read with caution. That's all I would say on that front. But,
sorry, I only know Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer. I'm trying to think. Have I seen that one or not? I don't know. Right now. That's the one with the kid with his sister in a box, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I haven't seen it, but I know of it. So.
Oh, it's really good.
That's what everybody tells me. I just haven't gotten into it yet.
I went to see the movie thing that they had with some of my friends. Two of them didn't watch it. Had another one that did. We all cried.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah. It's that good.
Yeah. Hey, that's a sign of a good story. I said what I said. If it makes you feel something, it's a good story. But yeah, so it seems to me like, and that kind of leads to my next one, is Twitter made a new censorship thing where basically the idea was, and I told you guys off screen, but I'm going to go ahead and say it again for the people who are watching the video now. Twitter has a new guideline update where if you have video or picture of somebody with people in those videos or pictures, and you don't have permission from those people can report those videos and pictures to Twitter, and Twitter will take them down and make it to where it's harder for you to post on Twitter. And basically, Twitter's explanation of doing this new rule was to say, they said it was to protect people like journalists and to protect people like activists who are, fighting things like sexism, racism, etc. And instead, it's doing the exact opposite. There's a TikToker that I follow whose name I cannot remember off the top of my head right now, but he shared a video talking about how, like, if because his whole video is exposing racist and Karens and things like that, people who are like, just being general nuisances, and letting their employers know, hey, that racist person is causing a nuisance. Basically, yeah, he exposes people for being racist, and now his content is threatened to be taken down off of Twitter. And also, he pointed out that a white supremacist group is talking about using these Twitter new guidelines to help hide racist, like white supremacist people from the internet, so they can continue to do their bullshit. And
Twitter executives are idiots.
Say again?
Twitter executives are idiots.
Yeah, well, also the guy who was in charge of Twitter, their previous CEO, they just stepped down, and it's the new guy making these new rules. So, go figure. The new guy comes in, and now there's also, like, I think all the sex workers now have to, like, if you're a sex worker on Twitter, you have to have a button turned on that says, hey, I post explicit images or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of them have that on, and they have to do that to avoid Twitter giving them shit. And some people are still getting in trouble. Like I came across somebody I follow on Twitter who shared another person's content that's a sex worker, and they were talking about how they're having trouble posting images because Twitter keeps flagging them, even though they have the button turned on that says, "Hey, I post explicit images," so they don't get in trouble. Yeah, they're supposed to have that button turned on if they post things like that. So I don't know. It seems to me like it just seems coincidental that all this stuff is happening. It seems like, and of course we also have other things that are happening, like challenges to Roe v. Wade. We have, obviously, TikTok has always been a horrible place for censorship. Like, it's like their number one thing. They censor over every little thing. They just like have a panic about, and we all have to deal with it. And then, and now Republicans are also trying to make it to where state legislators are the ones who gets to decide who the election is going to, and they won't have to listen to the popular vote. On top of making it harder for people of color and women to vote. It just seems like it's this is going to sound conspiratorial, but I do think it's awfully convenient that all of this stuff is happening all in the same time frame.
Nah, you're just a dirty commie.
Oh yeah, that's it. We're just a dirty communist.
Maybe respect your fucking freedoms, you fucking libtard.
Yeah, libtard.
Let's go, Brandon.
Oh god. That thing is so annoying because it's so stupid. It's like
a cow.
Yes.
What?
How dare you?
The whole "Let's Go Brandon" thing. I don't understand why conservatives think that is such a, what do you call it? They're like, I said "Let's go Brandon." Sick burn.
Yeah.
Brian, you are going to love this. Carissa, you're going to hate this. I am very, very sorry.
What is it? What is it?
This is my father and my stepmother.
No.
Let's go, Brandon.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
I think I'm okay with the fact that your dad doesn't like me.
Wait, his dad doesn't like you? Does his dad really not like you? Why?
He did the first time. He did before we started dating, and then when we started dating, he acts like he doesn't. Like, I'm a dirty harlot around the house, and it's like,
My father makes problems that are like this into this.
Oh.
There's boom.
You know, actually, I had a
mom's
very.
side of the family.
I was gonna say
His sister likes me.
Oh, okay.
His dad's sister likes me.
You know,
she's also very drunk.
That's my mom's sister.
Is this like our
No,
other?
no. There was the one who was there. She said that she was she was your dad's sister, but chose to go to your mom's Thanksgiving anyways. No. Okay, maybe I'm mixing things up. I don't know everybody.
I was gonna say his sister likes you, like the friend that we're not allowed to mention here yet, who gets when they get drunk, they're like, you know, you're really pretty, Carissa.
Oh yeah, she got so drunk she bit me in the arm and hit a nerve.
Now it's all jacked up, isn't it?
This part of my hand is numb currently. All because of her.
Oh, it can still be numb. That was weeks ago.
Oh no, it's still numb. It was probably maybe at the most 2 weeks ago.
Okay, well I'm just saying that's long enough for your arm to heal.
It's getting better, but it's still numb. Because you bit very hard.
Why did I bite you?
I don't know. I just put my hand
because
towards you,
because
and then
don't you
you
know
decide.
Because love equals bite. Don't you know? Haven't you seen the TikToks?
I don't know. I had an entire bottle of vodka that night. I think
You had half a bottle.
I had half a bottle. Excuse me.
Jesus, that's still a lot. Jesus Christ, I'm such a lightweight. I got drunk off of a shot and a beer when I was like 20.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. It was bad.
I should try half the bottle of vodka without eating anything.
I get drunk a little bit easier, so.
Oh my goodness.
I was not good that night. I did a lot of puking.
Yeah.
So.
Usually I'm the one puking.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say this would be a golden opportunity for you to like prove your romanticness. You know, you could hold her hair back, but Carissa doesn't have a whole lot there for you to hold on to. So.
No.
But thank you.
No.
I'm just kidding, Carissa. You look lovely. I'm just kidding.
No, I remember you were just like were sitting there. I'm like, I'm gonna throw up, leave, and you're just like, no.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, don't stick your fingers in your mouth. I'm like, I gotta throw up.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Yeah. Vodka. I don't think I'm ever gonna try to do vodka again. I did not have a good night with it.
Vodka's my go-to.
I think I'm more of a beer and wine girl myself. A little old-fashioned.
Fancy.
Oh yeah. You know me.
Carolyn.
Oh, I was about to say, did she join us too? But it's the cat. Oh goodness.
Hey, Carol. We need to have a fan fiction night.
We need to, yes. I still need to find that damn Power Ranger one. Anyway, so I don't know. I feel like it's very awfully convenient that all this this censorship is happening all in the same time as on. Oh my god! I look away for 2 seconds and you're being weird again. I'm trying to talk about serious topics and Carissa's being a pervert. And now so is Bogart.
Down. It's only okay when I do it. You can't just grab my dick without my permission.
Yeah. Don't you know you should
later.
consent? You gotta get consent, Bogart. God.
She never asks me when she puts it in me.
Oh, well then I guess you should tell him that there's a sign that says come on in on his... Tell him about that secret tramp stamp you put on there.
That's, sorry. You should dress less slutty if you don't want me to take advantage of you.
No! Oh, God, we're gonna get canceled.
Those boobies hanging out.
You're killing the guy.
You gotta be used to me by now.
You're killing me.
You know what I'm
Smalls.
like.
I know. Don't worry, I don't want you to change. It's fascinating. It's just sometimes it's like, golly.
So love it.
But
You
yeah,
like my kitty
it's
Christmas sweater?
Yes.
I have a total of 4 Christmas sweaters now. I used to have none. But this one and my cat one are my favorite.
so. Do y'all think that Roe v. Wade's gonna get overturned?
Yes.
No.
God, I hope Chris is right on this one.
No. I'm sorry. I think that they keep trying to push it because it's something Republicans care about. But I think Republican men are always super hardcore on getting rid of Roe v. Wade until it's one of their mistresses that have gotten pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing.
So
They're
you
very
think?
hypocritical on that stuff, and I don't know. I think that there's enough pushback, and I'm hoping anyways, but maybe a late term abortion, but like I think it'd be really silly. I could imagine late term abortion maybe getting more restrictions, but I don't know. I think it would be absolutely preposterous to take away things like the pill form and all that stuff. It's just
Well, I know that Texas has a few issues with it right now, but the reason why is because like Abbott keeps trying to pass laws that directly conflict with Roe v. Wade or are above his power set. So like
I could see certain states getting it like revoked,
yeah.
like having it so certain states have it revoked.
Uh-oh. Did I lose you?
No, but Bogey, you did it wrong.
I'm sorry.
Okay, just here.
Do it.
We are now
Okay,
experiencing
sorry.
technical difficulties.
Sorry, my
Just
alarm
give us a
went
minute.
off. Tell me I need to take my meds. Just tell me to take my meds. Can you hold the coffee? Thanks.
Go ahead.
I could see certain states like Texas making it illegal.
Well, yeah,
But
just because Roe v.
I
Wade
have a
gets
hard
overturned.
time seeing, like, I have a hard time seeing, like New York,
Yeah.
especially doing that. Like a lot of cities.
California,
But I could
Colorado,
see certain
yeah.
states.
Yeah.
I could see certain states doing it. I don't think it would last forever though, because as time goes on, things become more and more democratic.
I think 26 states have put laws on the books that if Roe v. Wade gets overturned, that they're going to enact to ban abortion.
Jeez.
Like that includes like imprisoning the woman, imprisoning the doctor. Like some of them, I think, even go as far as to imprison the person who drove you there. You know what I mean?
That stuff is just crazy.
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
And of course, you know, none of the corporations are going to do anything about it because, you know, basically forcing you to have babies means they have laborers in the future. And right now, because that's the other half of it is our generations are refusing to work for, you know, unlivable wages right now. So basically, you know, these corporations are very incentivized to probably help conservatives get what they want because they could force us to have to work. If like, you know, if people in your, especially, you know, young women are forced to have kids, they're going to be, you know, you're going to be forced to get a job and take care of those kids. Or if you put them in the adoption part of the world, I mean, the side of it, then there's a whole slew of things like that. Are you kidding me? There's a whole like direct to prison pipeline from like adoption agencies and schools, especially
where
for
you
kids
can get
of
your
color.
slave labor.
Yeah.
Legalize child labor.
Yep.
Make Ollie work in the mine.
That's literally.
I had a full-time job by the time I was 4.
That's literally the future conservatives want. Stop me when I lie. And also, like, I think there's also an element of racism to it. Like, you know, they don't want white women getting abortions because, you know, when white women get abortions, there's less white kids. And if at the rate things were going, I think they said something about how, like, in a generation or two, I think something like they were saying people of color might outnumber white people if they don't get rid of abortion. I agree with you there.
Flying fuck.
good.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm just saying that
I
like
think
that's the
there's
reason
been
why.
enough white people around. We don't seem to have the best track record of keeping the peace. So I think I'm all right with that.
I'm not
And I can
against
tell you, there definitely will be white people just by the Smiths alone. I'm seeing plenty of them reproduce all around me. I think we're not going to die anytime soon. And there's this magical thing where, all like it doesn't make a difference which there's more race of. It's all fucking humans. It's like, and even if the whole human population did die out, who cares? Who cares? All things must come to an end. It's not going to happen anytime soon. And it's like, who cares? It's so many levels of who cares.
Well, conservatives care and they're evil. So, and I honestly think all this collectively, I honestly think it's just kind of called a spade a spade. I don't really like to use terms of good and evil when describing political parties, but yeah, there's a lot of evil that goes on in that, and it is on both sides. But one side's doing the evil, and the other side is just being complacent.
What's next? The reintroduction of 3/5 compromise?
God.
I don't know what that is, but you might have to educate me on that one. I'm not sure I know what that is.
My boy, I swear to God.
I've never heard
The
of that.
3/5 compromise.
I've never heard of that.
When slaves were counted as 3/5 of the
Oh.
population.
I never heard it put that way. Golly, I remember. Okay, I remember that, but nobody ever called it in my school the 3/5 compromise. I do remember they said that like they only
Did they
counted.
whitewash it?
Oh yeah, I'm in Texas. Are you kidding me? They didn't just whitewash it; they whitewashed that shit.
The 3/5 hand holding?
Yeah, probably. I'm sure they probably called it something stupid like that. You know, I don't
Hand
remember.
holding is a gateway to premarital sex.
Actually, that got taught in my school. I'm not even
No,
kidding.
no, 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 no. Oh,
Oh, now you're gonna have to have premarital
calling
sex
the
tonight.
cops.
Oh well. You know, there's a mirror there,
And have
right?
the
Just saying.
premarital abortions. And have the premarital abortions. Just to own the Democrats. The Republicans. What am I saying? Can't even make a proper joke.
Yeah. Excuse me. I don't remember eating that. Should I be worried?
What? Oh, you're grabbing my penis. I'm sorry. I thought you were trying to ask me for something.
I don't know. I'm very concerned about this stuff. Like, I do know that statistically, there are more left-leaning people than right-leaning people, right? Like, if we go on a
problem
population,
is Republicans fight dirty.
Gerrymandering.
And I think, and it's frustrating because I like the fact that my side isn't quite as dirty in the way they play, but it's also a downside because you're playing an unfair game, you know?
maybe. I honestly think that one of the big problem is like I think the big problem is our side doesn't have enough backbone. Like, yeah,
Right. I think it'd be good to, you know.
That's because the Democratic establishment is trying not to push left, but keep it complacent.
Yeah, but we can't.
Which only causes us to move further right.
Except we don't. Well, you and I aren't going further right. We're going further left, out of spite. But
like JFK, he supported universal health care.
Mm-hmm.
Back in like 1980 something. The Democratic Party's platform included universal health care.
Yeah.
But now it's like a pipe dream.
Yeah. I wonder if that's what got him shot, to be honest. I think that might be a bit conspiratorial. But you know what I mean?
It was the aliens. He was going to expose the aliens.
Well, I mean,
that's why Marilyn Monroe had to go too, because he told her about it.
She was an alien. I'm just kidding.
What about Princess Diana?
Princess Diana was shot because she dared to have a Muslim boo when she was going to have his baby, and that couldn't happen because she was going to disturb the pure right royal line. That I do believe. That's not like a
I mean,
hokey
isn't
thing.
that what
Yeah,
happened
people-
kind of with that
Yeah.
with the recent prince, the younger one?
I'm sorry, but there was so much foolery with that. They let her die. They could have saved her.
There's isn't that kind of like, isn't racism kind of a big issue with the prince? Like, isn't that why
Yeah.
he
I mean,
he
think
left
about
it-
just how much they put Meghan Markle through now, and she's mixed race. You think they would have been okay with her having a baby and getting engaged to a Muslim than having no, okay. Like, I think the only group that is, I don't even know if I want to say worse, but equally as bad as anyone black is Muslim, and no, they were not going to let that go through.
You mean
She
from
wasn't
like a
gonna make
white
it.
supremacist perspective, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that so we don't get canceled on Twitter. As
If
you
it's
like
not white, it ain't right.
No. No, there's so much tomfoolery with that. I think, let's just say there's a reason why Prince Harry had to get out of there with his boo, because he's like, oh, like, do I want my wife to get killed like my mother did? Probably not. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, coming to the States is probably a smart idea. I mean, the good news is, like, she was already, like, kind of well off, and he's a prince, so he's, like, celebrity.
Oh, well, they're going to be fine financially, but
Yeah.
it's so sad to see, like, what she had to go through. Like, it's always disappointing because you think things have, like, gone further along, but not really in a lot of ways.
And it feels like right now, it feels like we're on a like we're sliding back, and it's, like, terrifying. Except we're, like,
I always have to remember that things are still getting better, but, it is definitely an uphill fight.
Yeah.
You got your visas?
I keep wondering if how the heck could we immigrate to Canada still? I'm still over here eyeballing the place. Like,
oh gosh, I would love to be in Canada. I mean, not that Canada doesn't have problems too, but
oh yeah, they still got issues with racism. They don't treat their natives right. They're still working on it, and their cops, they got the same issues here. It's just most of their cops aren't carrying guns. They're carrying batons and things like that, but they still got the body armor, so you can't fight them.
honestly, just not having to worry about healthcare alone would be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when it comes to soccer in Europe, holy shit.
That's
That's
how you get hurt.
That's a white supremacist game there.
Jesus.
Soccer in Europe is our NASCAR.
I remember when the NASCAR said they were going to stop using the
Confederate flag.
The Confederate flag, and all those right wingers threw a hissy fit. They're like, "Them damn snowflakes got the NASCAR."
I'll never understand, like, the fight to keep the Confederate flag. It's just the weirdest thing to me. They're just so proud of this war they lost that was about racism. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
You're preaching to the choir here. Still, like,
I think it's fine to acknowledge, like, oh yeah, like, there's plenty of things, like, obviously I'm white, so my past family, there's a lot of things that I wouldn't be proud of, but, like, I'm not sitting around being like, it's so weird, where it's like, you don't have to be ashamed about it, but it's weird to be proud about it, To be oh yeah, my great-grandpa was probably a slave owner, but I'm not like, yeah, my great-grandpa was a slave owner, here's my flag to talk about it. It's like, what?
yeah.
Wouldn't you want to, like, distance yourself from it and say, like, I don't support that?
One would think.
It weirds me out. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
I don't think that my ancestors came around that time. I think that mine got here after the fact, but still.
Well, mine weren't. I'm actually pretty lucky. I don't have any yucky German or native,
I got Scottish and Irish.
All the worst of the worst when it comes to white people, I don't seem to have. Like, obviously my dad's side of the family is mostly just straight European, so outside of, like, a little bit of Jewish. So most of that, is just normal colonizer, not, like, extra spicy evil colonizer. But still, like, even if I was, it's like, you can acknowledge where your line is privileged without it, like, I don't know.
I'm just laughing at the terminology.
extra
At least,
spicy. Like,
at least I'm
I'm
not
pretty sure
descended
they
from
didn't,
one of the
you know,
extra
obviously,
spicy colonizers.
I don't think they participated in any genocide that I know of, so that makes me fairly happy. You know, most of my family was just typical white arrogant, not like
Yeah.
waving Confederate flags, shooting people type. You know, so I'm hoping. I obviously don't know for a fact, but
That's another thing that
most of
scares
my
me.
family line is French and Canadian, which are very peaceful, and I'm very happy about that fact. I that's the side of my heritage I can be genuinely proud of, not joking proud of.
Hell, the only reason why we even won the Revolutionary War in the first place is the
Get down,
country was because
get
of
down,
the French helping anyway. Like,
right?
honestly.
Get down. Don't walk on the laptop.
Everyone acts to say they call. I don't get the joke. They call the French cowards and scare or whatever, but it doesn't make any sense to me
Maybe
because
they're
if it
just
wasn't
not
for the
assholes.
French, if it wasn't for the French, America wouldn't exist. Like that's just
Right.
that's a historical fact.
I love the French. They're peaceful. They like having hairy armpits, drinking, and sex. I can get behind that. They're good people. They just want to do. They're like hobbits in a way. You know, they just want to be on their merry way through the peaceful land. They just
And baguettes.
baguettes. They want to eat bread. I can get behind everything it stands for. It's great.
You're essentially French.
I'm very French. I will get behind it. You know.
I got Scottish and Irish in me. I don't know what all that entails.
I got Irish and German in me.
I think there might be some
Scott-
German in there
Irish
too,
fine.
but I don't think there's enough of it really to claim in there. I just know that most of my ancestors came from Ireland or Scotland. I do know I have one Native American in the family tree.
It's
One.
really interesting because I actually have a decent amount. Like, it was my great grandpa, I think, was either full or half. But you wouldn't know it to look at, like, us. Like, my grandpa, he was very dark skinned.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, but, like, my mom looks as white as a ghost, and all his kids came out white as a ghost, so you just wouldn't know it.
Yeah. See, my mom is like that. It's kind of weird. Like, you look at my mom, and she's very tan and dark. You know what I mean? Like, she's dark enough that you can see the native in her, but you look at me, pale as a ghost.
Nothing.
Not a damn thing.
That's
all that Scottish and Irish right there.
White.
Wheat.
You're white.
No.
Oh, yay. Baby
I
girl's
identify
gonna
as a Scottish American now. No, I'm
Cover
just
your
kidding.
noses, people.
What?
Hermione, she just took a big poo-poo, and she doesn't bury it, so it gets really stinky.
Ew, gross.
You want me to bury it?
What is wrong with you?
You get the
I'm really
poopers.
glad that she uses a litter box, but the one downside is she won't bury the poop like the cats usually will, so it really smells when she lays one out.
I was gonna say it's like.
Anyways, what were we were talking about?
Yeah, we got a little off track.
Somehow that came into.
Sorry, it's just well, it's all interconnected. That's another thing I think a lot of people forget is like everything is interconnected. Like, and racism is literally the center of I think majority of the problems in this country. Honestly,
Yeah.
It's because like the rich white dudes want to stay in power. So basically, how do they do it? They make the poor white dudes fight all the people of color. So thus, then those poor white dudes, the handful of them become politicians and write racist legislation, and that's basically the center of every issue in America. Like, think about it. Even the abortion issue is used as a way not just to control you, but to make sure that there's more white people than black people. That's literally what they're trying to do. That's what the powerful want. Because basically, if there's more of you, it keeps the people of color down. The people that they view as lesser.
It's so messed up.
Yeah, you gonna tell me Jeff Bezos ain't racist? I'm gonna call bullshit. I'm just saying.
Do we even have to go down that
He's
rabbit
not
hole?
racist. He has black employees.
Yeah, that's a real cop out right there. And I've got black friends. What's your point?
Did you just call yourself out?
No, I don't
I'm
think
sorry,
so. But you get the point would be that would be a lame excuse. Because obviously you could be racist and have black friends.
Here's the
Your
thing.
black friends are carrying the Confederate flag.
Do I have one? I did. I think I had one in high school who used to carry one, which I thought was a little weird.
Oh my gosh. And it just reminds me so much of like the girls who are all like wearing Trump hats and being like, I'm a Trump supporter. It's like, oh my
You're
God.
no, ma'am. What you are is an idiot.
A girl says she's not racist. A girl says she's not racist because she has a black friend. Her black friend is Candace Owens.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. See, like, I might have guy friends, but I'm definitely still sexist. I definitely think women are superior. Don't look. I'm a misandrist by heart.
Carissa, people are gonna think that you're serious. Oh.
Know your place.
Right here.
Below you, yes, on your knees.
Alright.
Where the men belong.
The only thing that bothers me is there's like when I think
in
about
the kitchen.
like you're making jokes, but like there's some dude right now who's getting like real triggered right now. He's just like, "How dare you? No, you belong."
Men need to know where they belong, and that's in the kitchen.
Oh my god.
That's because you don't know how to bake.
Shots fired.
What if you found out all along I'm a really good cook and I just make bad food so that you'll give in and cook for me?
I don't think you're thinking
really
that many steps
I want to
ahead.
make food together.
See, Carissa missed out the sick burn. I was like, I don't think you're thinking that many steps ahead.
No, I'm not good at lying.
Yeah, you've never as much as I have seen you rage on the internet about manipulators when it comes to relationships. I don't think that you would do it just because unless you're like the biggest hypocrite on the planet.
I think I'm an okay cook. I'm not good at doing like baked goods. I can make a good meal. I'm just not a dessert person.
Is a pancake a meal? Is a dessert?
No, pancake's a dessert.
Is a pancake a dessert?
I mean, by other country standards, yes, but here in America, no.
Pancakes are dessert breakfast.
I mean, technically, most of Americans' breakfast is dessert. If we're gonna be honest, think about it. Cinnamon rolls, donuts, waffles, pancakes, muffins. It's all dessert. And especially because we don't even do like regular muffins, like fruit muffins. We're like, let's put chocolate in it. Stop me when I lie.
I love chocolate muffins.
Pie.
Yeah, but
we eat pie for breakfast too.
I love pie for breakfast, man. A good slice of pie or cake for breakfast really sets the rest of the day in a good mood.
Well, you want me to make a pumpkin pie for you?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Did you? I know you can't see a Bogart, but her eyes went wide like an anime character. Like, yes, I need this now.
I've had my pumpkin pie before.
I feel like Carissa, this is like Carissa's crack. She's like, yes, I would like it right now, please. I'm jonesing.
I made her pumpkin pie before. I made her pizza. I made her cookies.
Is that why she insults me every time I post food on Instagram? It's because she can't have any of it?
Yeah. Yes.
Every time I post food, she's like, you whore!
It's like, listen, you shouldn't. It's, you know, you might as well be wearing a crop top around me. You shouldn't be advertising what you're not willing to give up. Come on now.
That's it. I'm making a kitchen themed OnlyFans right now. I'm gonna get in an apron
Will
and
you show your toes? Will you show your toes?
No. Disgusting.
Well, then I'm not paying for it.
Oh, thank God.
Naked bacon.
Naked bacon. There we go. Hold on, I need to write that
Imagine
down.
your stepdad walks in and you're bare butt cooking in the kitchen, and you got your camera going. What are you doing there? What are you doing there, son?
Busting a nut while making the nut butter.
Special ingredients. How do you get it so sweet and salty, babe?
Oh God. Oh God.
You gotta put it right in the crust.
Oh God.
Oh, this is a special glaze I made.
I'm glad that my folks don't actually watch any of this stuff, to be brutally honest. Like my mom sometimes like Like my
I'm
mom
never
has told
eating
me
your
that
cinnamon
she'll
rolls
like play
again.
my videos, but she mutes them, but she just plays them and clicks like so they get the view and the watch time.
Oh,
Like, yeah,
That's
she
so
mutes
sad.
the video so she doesn't have to hear it. But I'm like, it's
That's
fine.
sad.
Is it though? Like, she's being supportive. I get the view, I get the watch time,
you know, I'd be upset, but that's more than my parents would do.
and
So.
the like, and I get a free like. So literally, if my mom is home, she whips out her iPad, she goes to one of my YouTube channels, and basically just clicks every video until she gets to one she's already liked. And usually, so basically, like, basically, it's like, okay, I've got that's what my mom does to support it. She doesn't listen to anything I'm saying in those videos because nerd shit, she's not gonna care.
Magic.
But yeah,
Oh, that's what I never did. Oh, well.
did you forget how to learn? Did you forget you were supposed to learn magic?
I was gonna try to set up Magic the Gathering on my computer so we could do it like online matches while he's away, and I got my account set up, and then I never thought to log into it. I also need to set up my account for my new job, so I should probably work on that first before I play games. I finally finished the Tarzan land in Kingdom Hearts,
Congratulations.
but it won't let me continue. I finally finished the rope swing thing, and then I opened the box and nothing happened, but other than getting some potions.
Did you unlock the key? The keyhole?
I'm gonna say no.
Then you didn't finish it.
I don't know what that is. Oh well, not important right now.
We keep going from like serious conversations to like all these joke topics. Like I thought we were going to be talking about things like what's happening in the real world, and we just keep getting sidetracked with OnlyFans jokes and video game nonsense.
My favorite thing in the world. Perversion and video games.
Oh.
Oh man.
Gotta peg that patriarchy every morning.
Resident Evil XXX.
I don't know. That's another thing. Like, that's what, like one of the things that drives me nuts. Is like, sometimes some of the stuff I wish I could talk about, like on my bigger channel, but like I have so many people in my audience who just freaking throw a hissy fit anytime I talk about even if I talk about something that is adjacent to Yu-Gi-Oh, like something that's in the broader gaming community. I get shit for it. Like for example, internet censorship is going to affect the gaming community. Mm-hmm. Like what Toei's doing, I should be allowed to talk about that because what if Konami decided to do that to the Yugi tubers?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That wouldn't shock me at all if Konami decided to do that, especially because they're going to have a video game coming out in the next year that's supposed to be an official simulator for the Yu-Gi-Oh game.
Ooh.
Yeah, like Magic the Gathering has one, right? Well, all the Magic players use. Well, supposedly Yu-Gi-Oh's trying to make their own too, with a few different versions of the game. Like, it's supposed to incorporate the popular Duel Links game into it, so you won't have to. So basically, you'll just put your data in from Duel Links, so you'll just have to have the new app and a bunch of other things into it. But I get frustrated with the Yu-Gi-Oh community sometimes because they just don't want to acknowledge that they're part of the gaming community.
Huh.
They just outcast themselves.
It drives me freaking nuts. All right, like literally every Yu-Gi-Oh person I've met has like 8 different hobbies. You know what I mean? Not one of them just does Yu-Gi-Oh. So some of them do Yu-Gi-Oh and sports. Some of them do Yu-Gi-Oh and are also gym rats. Yeah, we have gym rats in Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm not even kidding. People who like
Gym rat. What does that mean?
just means a guy, gym bro.
Oh,
just some guy who hangs out, gets swole. You know what I mean?
I've never heard the term gym rat before. That's new.
That's just something I heard on TikTok. I thought that was a general term.
Huh. Don't.
But basically, like,
Stress.
but yeah, basically the idea is like they're just the guy who's at the gym all the time. You know what I mean? We got them in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. We got all of them got different hobbies. All of them. We even have Yu-Gi-Oh players who also play Magic. Yeah. It's
That would make sense. They're very similar games.
I'd be willing to try Yu-Gi-Oh.
I feel
Try
like
to do like the online thing. That way, like it's something you could like play together type things. It's always my thing is like it's so hard as an adult to hang out with people because everybody has such different schedules. So I've been trying to like learn how to do internet things.
I hope Bogart's helping you with that.
Yeah, I'm slowly learning.
Uh-huh.
I got my buddy.
Cece! Hi, baby boy.
Say hi.
There's little lookalikes here. I'm gonna wake you up, boy. Here, hold this. Thank you.
Sissy, look,
Say
it's
hi.
your clone.
Wow.
Oh, you okay?
Fucker.
You okay? What
Why do you
happened?
always hurt me?
What did I do?
You pushed a cat in her paw.
Well,
hit
I
me.
didn't
Yeah.
mean to.
Ow.
I'm sorry.
You see what she does to me?
You're fine.
Cece is purring up a storm right now. He's just like, oh.
Where's her?
Oh,
That fucking hurts.
so cute.
Can we see? They're such little mini.
No, you cannot. No, Cece, you cannot have the cord. I know what you're reaching for.
I need to squish him.
Oh,
I gotta squish the.
I just let him go because he was reaching for this. Because he was like, I see the cord moving. Just let me. But yeah, I don't know. That's my frustration with the Yu-Gi-Oh community. Like, I love Yu-Gi-Oh, don't get me wrong, but sometimes the community drives me crazy.
Yeah, I think it's like every kind of fandom has that a little bit, you know. I'm not super, even though I like Star Wars, I've never bothered being part of like any internet culture things around it because I always find like Star Wars fans are the worst. No matter what kind of side you're on, it's kind of the same thing. Like I love crossover stuff, but I remember even like back when I was a kid, I think mostly because it was like 14-year-olds who did that. 14-year-olds are young and toxic, but remember there'd be a lot of that where people have to like argue and throw hissy fits about things. Yeah. Honestly, I felt like things were fine before 2013, and then Frozen came out. I'm fine with Jelsa, but I hate Jelsa shippers. They are some of the most annoying. Where it's like nobody's allowed to ship either of these characters with anybody else again. They belong together because they have ice powers, and it's gonna be canon someday. I'm like, shut up.
It's gonna be canon someday.
No, he's not. Just stop it. Elsa's gonna be a lesbian, and you gotta stop.
I tell you, in Frozen 5, it's gonna happen.
Frozen 5, I'm like, it's fine to like something, but it was like, all of a sudden, like, no other thing is ever valid again, and it got annoying.
Oh my goodness.
Rapunzel was the originator, and it's a lot cuter, and I will stand by that.
Rapunzel?
Shh. I can't go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah, we'll be here all night. I see Bogart's about to pass out on us.
Yeah, you've been driving. I'm gonna feed you after this, don't worry.
Hey. That dick.
That thick, throbbing cock.
Thank you.
Here you go. Feed you right now. Baby, open up his bottle. There you go. Go to bed. Let the grown-ups talk.
I need to screenshot that. Hold on. I got the thumbnail.
Go to sleep, you little creep. I hope you fall out of bed. Go to sleep, you little creep. I hope your teddy bear dies.
Oh my god, that's so dark. I think I might have got it though, for real.
Go to my mom's, okay.
That would be funny if I actually got that screenshot.
Oh, well, I would be waiting at your mom's.
Fuck off.
Oh, God.
You hate me.
Yes.
It's not, don't worry, Bogart, it's not your fault. It's just because you were born with a penis. That's why she hates you.
I don't like any... Listen, I can be the only penis holder.
Alright.
Oh, goodness. I'm just kind of like, okay, nope. Anyway, that's all the stuff I have is just heavy stuff. Like, you know, the Roe v. Wade thing and the election and the censorship. That's like all I have on the topics. But we kind of brushed over them all kind of quickly.
Yeah.
Well, and I understand why. It's because even for us, who we're all three of us are on the same team, basically politically. But
Yeah,
even
there's no debate to be had. It's all like, yeah, that's bullshit.
yeah,
Anyways, what do
it's
we
like
what's,
yeah,
what's next?
like we all know
It's
it's
really
bullshit. So it's just
there's
kind of
no
like
debate to be had.
yeah. And then anyone who comments in my comment section to give me shit for this, I'm just gonna mute them because I don't care. Screw them. That's right. This channel's a dictatorship, and I don't tolerate intolerance.
Look at him. He's so good. He's just behind you. Looks up. Oh, now he's gonna leave because I pointed him out.
No,
He's a patient boy.
he just wants to be
He's a
paid.
good boy. He's a good boy.
He just wants pets. Yeah, you just want pets, huh? Don't you? This happy boy. There's purrs. Say hi to everyone. This is why everybody comes to my channel.
It's a boy. Hi.
He's like, dang it, Dad, put me down. I'm so annoyed with you right now. You're all right. Stay over there. Anyway, yeah. Well, I thought about having. I thought this would have more deep conversations about this stuff, but I don't know. Honestly, like the only thing we could try to figure out is like how the heck are we gonna, counteract all this stuff. I don't know about you, but every time I look at all this stuff, I feel a little overwhelmed. Like how is our team supposed to fix this?
It's such a hard one. I mean, I try to do little things like, if there's something I can go to Planned Parenthood versus the gynecologist office for, I usually will do that, not only because they make things a lot more comfortable, but just because I want to give, because I have like type of insurance, I know like they're able to still get paid through my insurance, and it's like those little things that I can do. I'm always kind of amazed that there hasn't been any kind of hate. I know like the one in my area doesn't offer abortions anyways, but it's like right across from like a feed store next to the church, and I'm amazed there's been no terror attacks. Not that I'd want there to be, but the one nearby has been doing okay. But it's one of the only ones for like
yeah. But
I think there's one in Watertown too, but yeah.
But Planned Parenthood does way more than just abortion. Don't they do like everything related to that? Like all like reproductive health?
Get cancer screenings, like any kind of like sexually transmitted disease they'll check on, and they've been helping me out with like my fertility treatment stuff, just figuring out like why I'm not and all that stuff, which isn't, and like and they'll do like prenatal care and stuff. They do things other than that, but for some reason I don't know, it seems to be this thing where you got to take it down, and it's like it's such a vital thing that's needed, and also, I don't know. But I don't know how much you can do is the hard part,
Yeah. That's especially like when it's on the individual level, because let's face it, like Republicans they just have more, and conservatives in general, they just have more like corporate backing. You know what I mean? Because the corporations, they want lower taxes. They don't want, you know what I mean? They want to trample workers' rights and things like that. So they're going to give money to the conservatives, regardless of how unhinged they are. They don't care. Like think about it. I guarantee you, Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of those insurrectionists. Like she should be in a prison cell right now. Like the fact that she's not in a jail cell is actually an affront. And honestly, more of the left politicians should be pushing for it. She should be sitting in a prison cell, being investigated.
That day was so terrifying for me.
Yeah, I thought we were about to be in another civil war, and that's another thing.
I was like waiting for everything to turn into The Handmaid's Tale. I'm just like getting ready to be thrown in a red robe.
Yeah, that's the future. That's actually the future conservatives do want. 100%. I am convinced that that's a future they want.
It's so upsetting.
It is, and it's infuriating. Makes me want to rage against the machine.
I've been trying to get better about not stressing on it. Just do the little things like vote when you can.
Oh yeah,
speak out, try to educate versus just debate. But it's not always easy.
yeah, and the debating thing doesn't work. It just doesn't work because all these conservative dudes, they don't. No matter how much you beat them back, they don't care. Like
It's
they're
only gonna get worse in the midterms.
yeah, I know it's gonna be extra hard for people to vote. I guarantee you, like, if conservatives had their way, they're gonna make it illegal for Democrats and leftists to vote. Period.
I think the only way that I see it right now is if like we need like actually a uh, progressive president
Mm-hmm.
to like fight for, because like whenever we are able to elect a moderate president, they are always lackluster and they never fight for anything, always give up half measures,
Yeah.
and because of that, people are not satisfied and therefore always vote for Republicans in the midterms.
Yeah,
And
except the
whenever it's
Republicans do the opposite. They don't want to do any kind of change at all.
yeah,
Well, and when they say small government, what Republicans are really saying is they want it small enough to be in your bedroom. Stop me when I lie. I mean, literally, they want to stop gay people from getting married. Like, that's literally, and none of this is hyperbole, by the way. This is literally stuff that's like the GOP has openly said to the public. They want to get rid of Roe v. Wade. They want to lower like taxes to where they're practically non-existent for businesses and up them for the normal people because they don't have any power to fight back. They want to get rid of unions. They want to get rid of LGBT people getting married. They want to get rid of all of it. And heck, I wouldn't even be shocked if that one of the things they want to do is enforce people to go to like what do you call it? Those what is it? Where where they send all the religious where LGBT kids get sent, not concentration camps. Well, it might as well be, but
conversion therapy.
Conversion therapy. That's what I'm looking for. I wouldn't even be shocked if they want to make that mandatory for LGBT people.
Fun fact: Staten Island, not very left-leaning.
No.
Like in my political science class, but like the teacher had like a little online like a poll
Mm-hmm.
that had like three questions for Roe v. Wade,
Mm-hmm.
and at least a third of them like voted for like the Supreme Court should overturn Roe v. Wade and let the states decide.
Oh my God, that's not a good idea. Because 26 out of the 50 states have already said they're going to get rid of it if it gets overturned.
Yeah.
I mean, and also, like, that's another thing. Like, if that was to happen, like, okay, so I was thinking about some of the things that I think that we could do as people to fight that. Like, I thought about, like, okay, what about the idea of a nonprofit where we help women relocate to a state that does allow them to have their rights intact? But then I thought about like yeah, if I came up with that kind of thing, I guarantee you they'd find a way like the cops would probably try to stop of those states would try to stop those people. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, then you know what I mean? Like that would be the next thing the right wingers do. They'd make it illegal for you to leave the state.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's a law on the book that says that they can or can't do that. But even if there is, they'll spend the next 50 years getting rid of that law so they can trap women in states. It's like playing a game. Sorry, it's like I'm trying to play chess with an evil mastermind
some
here.
Money. It costs like $10,000 to go to Canada if you're not college educated, and I'm not college educated, so.
I guess I better get started on that OnlyFans.
Better get that stripper job.
Yeah.
It's okay, I'm gonna go become a stripper in the city and
dye your hair blonde and call yourself Tinkerbell because you're short. It'll work.
With all that big deal, I better get
oh, that's the deal?
Yes.
I got you something nice. It just apparently hasn't come in yet, which surprises me. I got it last month.
I was making a joke, but I thought about wouldn't it be funny to have like an OnlyFans account, but like all it is food. It's technically food. It's technically porn. It's just food porn. Like, yes, pay to see the amazing food that I make.
She came down in a bubble, Doug.
It's a horrible joke.
I'm ready for that.
Just slather yourself in buttercream.
Like all it is just me wearing an apron. You can't see nothing. I'm just like, I'm telling you, I'm in my underwear. Making it like
Then you turn around.
No, we don't need to see that full moon. I don't need to get sued for blinding people. Somebody's gonna be all like, "Oh God, why?" And that's what happened, Your Honor.
You know
I
what
saw the
happened
full
last time?
moon once.
Trump when he was looking at the solar eclipse.
And let me tell you, I was the most beautiful thing that I ever saw.
I love that.
It also just happened to be the last thing that I ever
your
saw.
bare eyes. I'll do what I want.
I'll do what I want. I remember one
Anyways.
time I got recognized at a Yu-Gi-Oh event for my Trump impression.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not even
That's
kidding.
so fun.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Somebody's like, I think where have I seen you before? I'm on Yu-Gi-Oh YouTube. He's like, really? And then I did my Trump voice thing, and he was like, it is you, because he heard me when I did one of my skits. I had a cartoon Trump send me a letter. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I took the Family Guy Trump, and then I was like, and then I did the voiceover, and like, dear Mr. Ben 10,000 of what you know, and then like, yeah, so somebody remembered that I was a Yu-Gi-Tuber because I did that because I was making fun of Trump at a Yu-Gi-Oh event. I'm surprised I didn't get beat up, to be honest.
Right.
Because I made the joke in Texas. Like, I'm surprised I haven't gotten into a fist fight with a conservative Yu-Gi-Oh player yet. Honestly. Although I have heard, like, there is this very popular Yu-Gi-Oh YouTuber that goes to my local area to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't get along with him, and I never really have in the time that we've known each other. But somebody was telling me that he is very much a conservative. And I was like, oh, lovely. Maybe, so there's more to it than the reason I don't like him. Anyway.
Your subconscious telling you.
I know, my red flags were going off. Yeah. It's bad. Also, like, you know what I don't understand? Yu-Gi-Oh! Also has a racism problem, too.
Oh, that's
Like,
too bad.
yeah, there was this content creator that I used to work with, and what some rude commenter on Twitter said to her was that her existence in the game was just to bring politics into Yu-Gi-Oh! Because she was a Muslim woman playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was like, are you fucking
It's
kidding
like,
me?
so my existence is a political statement.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much, yeah. It's stupid.
Oh, why do you think it's Blue Eyes White Dragon?
Why is the black dragon the weaker dragon, huh? Huh?
You hate me.
Yeah.
That's a horrible joke.
That was genius, and you both know it.
He's not wrong though. The blue-eyed white dragon is a popular one in the game, in the Yu-Gi-Oh game. Although that deck's fandom is, oh my god, horrible. Don't get me wrong, I like the deck, but I wouldn't say racism has never popped up in there, but I will say this much: if you like, for example, if you play a Blue Eyes deck and you play any less than 3 of that dragon, they throw a hissy fit in the comments section and say things like, "That's not a real Blue Eyes deck. You need to take this video down." You know, they throw a hissy fit, and it's like, bro, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not that serious, bro. Chill out. Oh, and I also made somebody mega mad on Twitter recently because I talked about how I didn't think casual elitism in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a thing. I was mostly just joking, you know what I mean? I was just like, ha, but somebody got legitimately mad at me. They were all like, there's people who are casual players telling other players to kill themselves. You can't say that it's not real. I'm like, I'm not saying that it's not real. I'm just saying it's not as big a problem as you think it is. Especially because this is a game. You know what I mean? Like, it's not real problems. Like, when you talk about, like, gatekeeping people for basically being, you know, female or a person of color or a member of the LGBT, that's a real-world problem because that's a real-world problem across the board. It doesn't really, it doesn't matter what genre of hobby you're into, whether it's League of Legends, World of Warcraft, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, uh, you know, Fortnite. There's all those elements to it, you know, but that gatekeeping's a bit of a real problem, but the idea of like the casual player, and I also talked about that too, like literally casual players just don't have more power in the game than competitive players, because competitive players, they go out, they buy the expensive cards that cost a lot of money, that do a lot for them in the game. So explain to me how the casual guy whose his budget consists of $10 and a Pop-Tart, how is he supposed to keep up with the guy with $1,000 meta deck?
You should have sold the Pop-Tart.
Should have sold the Pop-Tart. Would have got an extra $2.
I'll give you a beef steak for $2.
That's a bargain.
That's a bargain. Oh goodness, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. So that's one reason why I don't buy it in Yu-Gi-Oh, but I'm sure Magic has something similar to it. Like you can't tell me the guy with a $50 to $100 deck is gonna be able to beat the guy with a $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 deck.
I held the $1,000 deck before.
Yeah, but there are definitely there are decks that are worth way more than that in Magic, aren't there? Like, because I know Magic's more expensive than Yu-Gi-Oh.
My coworker at McDonald's, he has like cards, and like in total, if I had to guess, they're probably like in total all of his cards, tens of thousands of dollars for the amount of cards he has.
I maybe have like maybe $1,000 in cards in Yu-Gi-Oh. Like if I took my entire collection.
My Magic card called Scarab God that he gave me, it's now worth $40 now.
Ooh.
Yes.
I have some cards like that I've had that happen before though. Like I'll buy a cheap card and then it goes up in price later. I've had that happen to me a lot. That's one of the things I've been doing to make a little bit of money on the side lately is I buy a card for myself to use and then it gets reprinted and the original print goes up because it's the original print, and then I'll sell the original print and then just play with the lower rarities. Because I bought the original print for like, pennies on the dollar. So, because rarity just doesn't matter for me for my own personal collection. Like I'd much rather just have the cards to use than have an extra pretty collection. Although I imagine my collection would be more expensive if I did that. But yeah. Anyway, I think we can wrap it up here. We basically kind of covered everything. If you guys made it to this...
depressing today.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. So the next one will probably be more fun. I think our next one's going to be involving fan fictions. And you
need to get Carolyn over here for that.
Yeah.
Keep saying you need to get Carolyn.
And we're going to have like...
What are you doing to me, Casper?
Oh, God.
You're the naughty ghost now.
Why do I have a feeling that the fan fictions that I found are going to be the most tame?
No, this one's the king of extremely... It's honestly embarrassing how tame it is. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to fantasize about friendship and romance. We're going to do hand-holding. I'm going to read a fan fiction about hand-holding. It's honestly, it would be less embarrassing if it was about sex at that point.
The one I have was like trying to be dark and gritty with Power Rangers. And then the comic books came out in like 2019 and I was like, well, never mind. I guess it is possible. Who knew? I thought I was being an edgelord at 16, but... Because you know what I mean? But yeah, it's...
Lord Draken.
Yeah, that, Lord Draken. Mm-hmm. That's all you need to say there for Power Rangers. Once they introduced that character, I was like, never mind. My fanfiction was weak sauce. Never mind.
I got pee so bad.
No.
All right, guys. Well, if you're new to Nerd Out and After Hours, if you made it this far in the video, make sure you hit that like button. We'd greatly appreciate it. And make sure you leave some topics for us. I do know that there was one person who suggested a versus topic. I'll save that one for the next one. That way I have time to do a little bit of research on the two characters. Like, if you are the person who made that comment, I did see it. I just haven't had time to do the research to give you an honest answer. And it was the lizard from Spider-Man versus the Predator, or like the Predator, the Predator killer Predator alien. It's from Alien and Predator series.
Predator.
Yeah, there's like a super predator who kills other predators.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't say stop.
So. And that is where we're going to leave off today.